let's start with Moderna. Now, this has been, oh, we're in weeks. Sorry. This has been a fun one, kind of all over the place. Back in August 10th, we hit our all-time high, about $500. And then since that, we basically went to the 100%, went below a few times. Then it was really August 30th where we took off again. And since then, we've been straight up, basically. Um, Last week, if you see, this was Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. We had a nasty day um, on the extension. Here's the extension right here. Uh, we're right above the 50%, or right below the 50%, rather. We got kind of stopped out at the 618 of that extension, which, I mean, it's fine. It makes sense. Uh, what we're, well, over here making noises and everything. Uh, what I would kind of see, depending on how the overall general market this week, if we're down, I think we might have like another week, maybe 10 days, or a week and a half more of selling before the selling subsides. Um, so with that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of come back down to this 404 area, maybe even the 390 91 area, jiggle around there for a few days before we take back off, trying to outtake the 497. Now, if the market kind of corrects itself and then finds some footing, we might be able to take out this area this upcoming week. I wouldn't bet on it just because of the market's kind of in a crash. But Moderna has kind of been doing its own thing for most of the year. Not very much volume, so nothing really to write home about when it comes to the volume. Obviously, over here we had a little bit of a spike, but other than that, I mean, 30 million shares is a lot. Just putting that out there, that is a lot. Um, Pfizer, yeah, very disappointing. August 18th, we hit that all time, or that most recent high, and since then we have just kind of pooped all the way down. Um, if you remember from, wow, we drew this line back. I mean, it's on. If you look at we'll look at in just a second. From July 19th to July 28th, that big move, we found some support right at that 100%. You'll see it right here. Let's see what this longer 786 is. So that is, wow, it's back further than a year, but it was the extension with the high on December 9th, and the second low, because the low over here was lower, on March 3rd. We are at the 786 of that. So I wouldn't, we, where are we? The 4314 could be let's draw a line right there, and then let's see how close we got to that. All right, yeah. So we were really close. Went to 43.33, and the top of that was basically 18 cents. Above that, just keep that in mind. That was the March high. Um, that's where we're basing the 786 line off of. Just keep that in mind. We could come back down to this area. We're close, but that could be because a lot of people had their buy orders right above and some below. So I wouldn't be surprised, depending on the market, if we kind of come back down, test this line down in here, and then go back up from there. Mostly depending on how the market looks. If the market continues to crash, then look for more weakness. But if the market can find footing, maybe towards the end of the week, or at the end of the day, today's Monday morning, then I find some footing. Merck, yeah, I wouldn't. Uh, uh, hmm, yeah, they're not looking the greatest. Huge volume on this as well too. There's a lot of volume that's been spiking in. I've been noticing in quite a few stocks, right? So like this could be a nice volume spike, as could be the low. Because I mean, look at the difference. We're looking at, average about 12 to 14, all the way up to 40. So that's more than double the average, and that's a lot of money that's being shifted around. If we looked at Moderna, that's a lot of money going around. So we'll just keep that in mind. If you watch the other videos, and you'll see kind of more or less what I'm talking about. There's a lot of volume spikes that could mean a lot of people are getting out and shifting money, but something is happening, and something pretty large. But on Merck, I'm not a big fan. Let's go. We'll go right here just because it was the beginning. So kind of target on Merck on the downside would be 70.38 or 68.48. United Health. You see, because United Health didn't have very much volume. We had a huge volume spike over here, but over here it's not very much. So it's not every stock in the market, but it is quite a few of them. Yeah, this is looking pretty nice. I would like to see us get above this 100% mark at the 420. However, as long as we stay above the 127 and the 100% mark at the 404, I'm a buyer. Just be careful. This stock, that was literally, Friday, 2, 3, 4, 5. On Monday, we were at 407. Now we're at 420. Made it all the way up to 423. Just be very careful. We got stopped out right around the same kind of high right here. So if we do get a boost and we do get like a nice little volume spike, then that could bring us all the way up to the 431. So just be paying attention to that. It could happen in 1 or 2 days. Just pay attention. AstraZeneca does not look, it's not promising. I'm not a huge fan. Anything above the 55.75, I like it a little bit more. Let's go. Let's see this. On a downside target, 54.69. Again, if the market really starts to tank, then the 53 would be our target. 54 or 53, 56, 53, 36 in that general vicinity. But other than that, I would like to see AstraZeneca hold the 55.78. Johnson and Johnson it's been having a rough September all the way, basically since the beginning of September. Here's another volume spike. 13. So basically like twice as much volume was traded on Friday. So again, this could be the end, or it could be the very beginning of the selling. Before I do anything, I would want to see above 165. However, we're looking pretty nasty, so it looks like the probability is more down to this teal line at 163. Let's go ahead and draw our extension line, where our 127 extension from our first little down before our first pop day is right in line with our teal line of 161.60. So on a downside target, that would be target. On an upside target, anything just above the 165.23. ABBV, still struggling very hard from that one massive huge volume spike day at 50 million shares traded, when we're like on a huge day would be 14 million, but on a normal day we're looking at 5 to 6 to maybe 8 million. So on 50 million shares, that was huge day. And since then we're still in that massive range. This is what we need to do. Anything above this teal line, I am a skeptical buyer. Be very careful. If we break below that level, then 102.5 would be target, but target right now would be the 110. Sarepta Therapeutics. Oh, look at this. This is doing its thing. Next target would be break above the 86.38. Let's keep on going up to 92. Let's see if we can break out of the 96 to even really the 103. Don't forget, at the beginning of, the end of last year, this was 100. This was double the price. So just keep that in mind. It has great potential. Yeah, it's slowly but surely making its way up. Our next breakthrough would be above this teal line. BMY. We hit target. We hit our downside target. Yeah, if it can hold the 61.11, then target would be 62.99. But if not, we'll be rolling ourselves over. Teal line would be first target at 59.21. Second target would be 58.76. Gilead Sciences. Just be careful with this. This is just in a trading range basically since early August. The high was August 18th, and then since then we've just been in a nice trading range. We hit the 50% of our August 10th to our August 18th. So as long as we hold above the 50%, which is right around the 70.64, then I am a buyer looking to retest the 73.34.